What's up? My name is Kamal Akeel, and today I'm going to show y'all how to replace the brake lights in your original housings just with LED bulbs. This car is kind of wide, and you know, at nighttime when backing up, the original ones just aren't as bright. So my dad just wanted to get new ones just so he can see better when backing up. You do have options to like replace the whole housings with all new LED lights, but honestly the original ones, they look really good, the brake lights themselves and the turn signals. So we were just going to do the reverse bulbs, and that's all we really need to do. I'll put a link in the description where we got these, and we'll show you guys how to get started. So I haven't actually taken these out before, but it should be straightforward like any other housing. If you can see back here, there's actually this panel that I'm sure we can just pop off. There we go. So when you look inside there, this bulb at the bottom here, that's your turn signal bulb. So the reverse bulb is the socket above that. And then obviously there's one more socket to the left, which is your brake light bulb. So we're gonna take this one out up here at the top. It's a little bit tight in here. So I'll see if we can do it while the housing's still in the car, but if not, I'll show you guys how to take that out. All right, so after quickly looking at it, I quickly realized, yeah, my hands are too big to take this out in here. So we're just gonna take the housing out, which is pretty simple. Down in there, you can see there's just a 10mm nut, and there's one at the top as well. It looks like it's just those two holding it in. So we'll spin those nuts off real quick and see if it comes out. So what we found is that you can see that there's a rod that goes through there, which is most likely attached to the housing. But since it's so long, you can't get a socket in there to take it off. But what we noticed is that this metal piece here, there's a hole in it right here, so you can come in to take it off. But in order to do that, you have to take off like all this trim, so kind of makes it inconvenient. So what we're trying to do is actually take the connector off the socket. Oh, did it just twist out?
Yeah, it just turned to the left and popped it out.
Okay. So Miranda was able to turn, like there, as you can see, there actually is a connector on here that you can pop off and then spin the housing off, but it seemed like it was super hard to actually get to this tab to release the connector. So she just twisted the whole thing and it came out as a hole. So now we can take the bulb out and put the new one in. So to take the old bulb out, it should just pops right out like that. And then the new LED one, it fits in snug. So just snug it in there. Now, before we actually put this back on, we're gonna start the car and put it in reverse just to make sure that this is working, because since it was tricky to get to it in the first place, you want to ensure that it's working before you put it back together. If we put it in reverse and it doesn't light up, what we'll do is just remove this, flip it 180 degrees, put it back in and check again. I just flipped it 180 degrees and now it's on. So now we can put the housing back in the taillight assembly and go to the one on the other side. So it's a little tricky to get it back in there. You can see the light from outside the vehicle, but it's just like anything else. You twist it to the left to remove it, and now when Miranda's putting it back in, she'll twist it to the right to lock it down. Which, since you can't see very well, it might be a little bit tricky.
You gotta get those 4 tabs lined up, so you just kind of do it by feel.
So as you can see, we got it back in there. Yeah, just turn it to the right till it doesn't move anymore, and it should be in there snug. And the last thing is just to put the cover back on, which is pretty simple. It just snaps in. And then now we'll just start on this side, and if there's anything different, we'll let you know. We just finished this side as well. You can't actually see it now because you see there's all that wiring in front of it. That's why it's kind of difficult to get to if you have larger hands like me. But it was the same thing. You just twist it to the left to take it out, just swap out the bulbs, and then we went and started the car again, put it in reverse, made sure it came on. And it did first try. We didn't have to flip it 180 degrees. And then we just put it back in the housing, and now we have both LEDs in our taillight housings. So as you can see, it's hard to tell during the daylight, but they are a lot brighter. We just finished both sides, threw it in reverse. It's kind of hard to tell with all the daylight, like the big difference. But I did come out here last night and filmed all the LEDs in the dark. So I'll throw in the clip of like before we replaced it, and then I'll just show you the clip of after we replaced it and how, so you can really see the difference, because you're really not going to be utilizing these unless it's dark outside. So if this was helpful to you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see what else we do to the FJ, because we have future plans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.